Hey guys, today I'm going to set up my snapper gear ready for snapper season. Hopefully this lockdown only lasts another 2.5 weeks and we can get into it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the gear I've got, the rigs I've got on now. I'm going to show you how they all tie in together as well. So what I'm going to do, I'll just show you. I've got my Shimano tcurve. It's got the bait runner, 8000. It's showing on the camera. Shimano 8000. 30-pound braid, 30-pound wind on, 60-pound trace at the moment. It's got a circle hook on it because I was fishing for gummies the last time I was out. So what I'm going to do also, look show this on camera. This is how we run our sinker droppers, or it's how I run my sinker droppers. I run them with about a 50cm dropper, little loop at the bottom, about 15 pound. So if that gets snagged and the fish takes off, that's going to bust before the 30-pound line is. It's about half the breaking strain of the line. So I know that's going to break. I'm still going to have the fish on. I'd rather replace a sinker than lose a good fish, especially a big fish. So we'll talk about that more later. Right, now let's just cut this rig off. Or actually, we'll leave the rig on. What I'm going to do, so I'm going to get my 60-pound. Just going to pull a little bit more. So we need to do 4 rigs. So it's going to be about an arm stretch. Scissors. Right, so I've got an arm stretch. I'm going to go with a 604 row. Get my 60 first. I'm just doing a blood knot. It's about 8 twists back through the loop that's made from making the twists. Lubricate, pull down tight, nice and tight. Cutaway tag end. There we have it, one hook, and get a 4-0 suicide. Which look very, very small compared to the 6-0. Now I'm probably going to be running strip baits or rings, fillets, things like that. So I'm going to keep it fairly close. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold that line next to it. I'm just going to run it around 14 to 17 times until I get to that point of the hook. Until it lines up with that point of the hook. So that's that there. Just bounced off at once. So I know I'm in line with the point of the hook. Put it tight. There you have it. Twin hooks, ready to go. Now, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to put a lumo bead on the top hook. Like so. I'm also going to cut, I'm now going to cut the rig off, but I'm also going to use the swivel again. Before I use the swivel again, I get 2 lumo beads, 1 and 2. Take that off. Like that for now. Take the hook off the bottom here. 2 lumo beads. Up here. And keep that for later in the season. Just put them in easy rigs. Twine swivel on, exactly the same. Blood knot, 6 to 8 twists, or 5 to 6, 5 to 8. A little bit tight. Lubricate. Again, pull tight. Hack tag. Okay. Now, from here, got a bit of cleaning up to do on that. There's still one up there. Going into the new season, always doing the 1%ers. Check for abrasions on your wind-ons, on your leaders, everything. Alright, so again, oh, hang on a second. Lumo bead. One Lumo bead. One easy rig. Again, with a big dropper. One and one underneath. This is something I've seen one of my friends do, and it's actually a really good idea because it protects your top eye of your rod, and also stops the easy rig getting stuck on the knot above the swivel. So again, another blood knot. Through and lubricate. Pull tight, nice and tight. With a 30 pound, you won't need 8 twists. You might need around 5 or 6. It's a little bit thinner in diameter, obviously. There's 30 pounds difference between the two, between the leader and the wind-on. So there you have it. That's how I plan to run all of my gear through the season if we get out of lockdown. I know we're all itching to get out and get back on the water. I know there's regional Victoria still fishing, so that's absolutely awesome. I have seen a few posts where there's been some fish caught, so well done to those that have already gotten onto them. You're making me jealous. I can't wait to get out of here and get back to fishing. But there you have it. Lumo band for night fishing, twin hooks, snooted. That means the fish grabs it anywhere. One of those hooks is going to penetrate. Not just one, both. Wherever he grabs it, he's got a hook that's going to grab him. There you have it. There's my rig for snapper season. Now we just hook it onto the reel. That's tangling up a little bit. And I'm in a very tight space here. And there you have it. Bring this closer to the camera. Lumo bead 1 and 2. That gives that plenty of room to be able to run without getting stuck anywhere, and it doesn't get stuck in the top eye and cause damage to your top eye. Doesn't get stuck on the knot here above the swivel. That just bounces. 50 centimetre dropper, between 30 and 50 centimetres. I like 50 because if I'm on a cungy bottom or reef, weed, anything, that sits the bait right up and out of the way. That pretty much covers it, I think. I might do one more for you on camera and then turn it off. I'll do it again. Do one more video and that's it. Just stand that there out of this way. There we go. Another T-curve. What I might actually do is well is I might grab one of my overheads and just show you the overheads that I use. Again, long dropper. We do fish very reefy, rocky bottoms in Western Port. Port fillet's a little bit different. I have got my port fillet rods there. They're set up with same snell rig, just shorter leader and a tiny ball sinker on top of the hooks. There's very little tidal flow in Port Phillip Bay. You don't need big sinkers and big droppers like we run in Western Port. There's not as much tide to cover in the northern regions, right down south near the heads. I believe you do use the same sort of rig down there. I haven't fished down there before for gummies or snapper, so I can't really say, but from what my research tells me, yes, you run the same sort of rig, just with a little bit shorter of a dropper in the southern end of Port Phillip Bay. I'll just grab one of these overheads. Easy accessible. Short one. Oops. Okay, so TLD 15, 30-pound mono. This is running a circle hook. This was used for gummies quite a while ago. I haven't used it for a while. But 30-pound mono, 60-pound leader. I think actually this might be an 80-pound leader with a 8.0 circle hook. You notice that on this one compared to the T-curve, these three eyes are actually very close together to hold the line off the blank, because it is an overhead and it's over the top and not pulling down and away from the eyes and the blank. But that, again, if I choose to use these in Western Port for snapper season, we'll run the same rigs, exactly the same. This dropper is almost the same. It's just run a little bit differently. I think that's actually got a 10-pound dropper on it. That's why it's tied that way, so that it's got a little bit extra strength, but not at the same time. It'll still snap before the leader will, and I'll still keep my fish. Okay, so that's the two different reels that I use in Western Port. Let's get back to the rigs. Again, put out a heap of line here. Arm stretch. Cut the leader. Alright, so got our leader. This time I'm going to go 5040. I like to vary it just because it depends on the bait I'm using at the time. If I'm using a head or something, I might want a bigger hook. If I'm using a strip, I don't need such a big hook. Big hooks will catch small fish, big hooks will catch big fish, and so will small hooks catch big fish. Again, lube, pull tight. Pull that close to the camera. See? Pull tight, tag, cut the tag away. Might almost be time to actually go through my gear and throw out some hooks. Again, so we're sliding the second hook down the line. There is a video on how to tie these rigs and the circle hooks on my YouTube page. Probably 2 videos down or 1 video down from this one. So check that out if you want to know how to tie these rigs properly and see a closer view. So this one's going to be a bit closer, so it might be for a smaller head or something. Squid head. Again, 14 to 17 times in line with the point of the hook. There we go. And then what I'm doing is I'm just passing that back through the eye of the hook, pulling it tight. There you go, pulling it tight. And there you have it. twin hook rig, snelled top hook, ready for action. Put another loom bead. Again, snapper season, loom beads, because night fishing, a lot of people don't do it for snapper. I quite enjoy fishing nighttime for snapper, and occasional gummies will come along too, even in snapper season. Again, I might change the swivel. No, I won't actually. I'll keep that swivel. Just lay that across there for the moment. So again, we're going to do the 1%ers. We're going to check everything. We're going to take this rig off and keep it for another day. Apparently, I'm not going to hold on to it properly. Let's check for abrasions. There's a bit of weed stuck on there. There could be a bit of abrasion underneath though. So just cut that little bit off there. Okay, and again, take that hook off. That's what I was running for gummies. That's a Gamakatsu 80 big bait with a loom sleeve on top to protect the knot and the leader. So again, one loom bead, easy rig, again 50cm dropper, 30 cm. Okay, so we've got loom bead, easy rig, about a 50cm dropper.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Sorry about Siri. Second loom bead. I am going to replace that swivel actually. Again, blood knot. Just to hold all that together. I've gone with about 8 twists on this one. Lubricated. Done. Currently dropping the leader on the floor. Now we attach the leader. Same again, blood knot, uni knot, whatever you feel comfortable with. Again, 6 to 8 twists through the loop. Lubricate, pull tight. Always cutting the tags off as close as possible. I find that this blood knot is a self-tightening knot, so it'll keep pulling tight on itself. That's why I use it. That's what I'm comfortable with. So again, short space. Hook in there. Up there. Wind up. There you have it. 2 loom beads, nicely formed knots, very minimal tag there just in case. Wonder if I can get this on the camera. Shimano Bait Runner 8000 OC, twin hooks, loom bead, ready to go for snapper season. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button down here as well if you want to see what we've got coming up next. Throughout lockdown and hopefully through snapper season I can get a whole heap more footage done. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to do any videos through lockdown. I've had homeschooling and other things happening as well. I'm sure a lot of you are doing the same thing, and I hope everyone's staying safe. I hope this lockdown hasn't sent any of you too crazy. Snapper season is almost here. We've got about probably 3-4 weeks and snapper season will be in full swing, I'd say. Sort of end of September, early October. You're going to see a lot of snapper captures coming from both bays, both Western Port and Port Phillip. Let's keep the positives happening, guys, and stay safe. I'll see you out in the water. And don't forget, if you see us at the boat ramp, come up and say hi. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.